Hello all and welcome to Mechanical Talks, IIT Bombay Diaries. I am Prem Kumar, your host for today's session. Today we have Mr. Janir with us, who has been selected as software engineer at Honeywell. He is a final year MTech mechanical student, batch of 21 from manufacturing specialization, and he is a topper of his specialization. He completed his BTech from Institute of Infrastructure Technology, Research and Management. Currently, he is working as a company coordinator at Institute Placement Team for the year 2021. Welcome, Janil, for the Mechanical Talks.
Thank you.
Firstly, could you please brief about the role you are selected for?
So at Honeywell, basically this year only one JEF was open, and that was software engineer. So software engineer is actually a main role, but if you see the JEF, then there are also multiple sub roles. So they don't expect you to be you should be knowing everything, but yeah, there were multiple sub roles. Like for example, MATLAB modeling was there. After that, big data analytics and real-time analytics related to cloud, AWS, GCP, etc. Then related to mobile apps, related to this digital circuits and OS system. So there are a kind of multiple roles were there. And yeah, actually, it is not compulsory that you should know everything, but at least one of them.
Okay. And it is sort of obvious that no one can know all of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, like, how many were shortlisted for this role for the interview after the test, and how many were from mechanical in that?
Right.
And what were their specializations?
So basically, 15 students were selected for shortlisted after test, and out of which three were from mechanical,
Okay.
and that two from manufacturing only. One is you, Prem,
Okay.
me, and Aniket. So only three were from here.
Okay.
After that, the other department was CSRE, then computer science, electrical. Everyone's there because JEF was open for everyone, right? And apart from shortlisting, the waitlisted were 20 were waitlisted, yeah. And in waitlisting, I guess one
15
was
plus 20,
Prajwal,
so 35.
Among 15.
35, yeah.
Mhm. It might not be a tough competition because many get placed before day three itself. But if we consider the next waitlist 20, it was quite a tough competition for you in the interval as well. So being from mechanical, how could you do that? Because definitely there were people from electrical as well who do a lot more coding that you might have done. So
Right.
what were your strategies? How you have like built that thing?
So if we see for software proper coding, then even I also don't know that much of coding or whatever is required for software. But when I went to interview, the one thing that I had thought in mind that I want to drive my interview towards data science thing, so that I am comfortable in that thing. So I wanted to drive my whole interview towards that thing.
Okay.
So once the interview started, he started asking me some questions about data structure algorithms. But what I did is I always related some of the
Okay.
questions to in some or the other way to my projects. So that way he got interested in my
Okay.
data science project, and after that he started asking about what was the project, what you did in that thing, and similarly likewise the interview went. So at last
Okay.
the whole interview went on data science only.
And you were quite well prepared for your data science part, so you could crack this software role as well.
Right.
Which resume did you apply? Uh, did you prepare a resume separately for software role, or you applied the same data science thing, or like you applied two-page resume or one-page resume? And in general, how you used to decide to apply one-page or two-page resume for a given firm?
For Honeywell, I had applied two-page data science resume. But if in general, if we talk about what resume to apply for, which what resume should we apply, it completely depends on the job description. And if we see for one page or two page, so that actually company only tells, like if we want to, if they want only one page resume, then they specifically tells. But if they don't tell you, like if they want something or not, then I recommend you to go with a two-page resume because obviously it has much more information about you compared to one page
Mhm.
resume. And rest, whether to apply for core or non-core resume, that completely depends on
Mhm.
the job description. So yeah.
Okay. So applying for two-page resume till day four is like sounds good because HR has a lot more time after our test to go through all the resumes. But
Correct.
when we go for walk-ins, we have HRs have quite a less time to go through each
Right.
of the resume. In that case, a highly compacted resume, that is a one-page
True.
resume, would be more better? What you feel?
More better. Correct. So yeah, that is the thing, that we have to apply one-page resume for walk-ins, because they have to give the shortlist immediately after this when the walk-ins are open. Yeah. So the test was completely coding based. There were two questions and 1 hour was given. No MCQs were there. Both the questions were kind of medium level questions and related to data structures and algorithms only. So if you had done that thing properly,
Okay.
then they were not that difficult questions.
Okay. So, have you had this prior experience of coding before coming to IIT Bombay?
Not really. I used to do some coding in Python in my BTech, but that was just a basic kind of coding. But after coming to IIT Bombay, only I started to know what actual coding is, and then I learned about many things related to coding. So yeah, that
Okay.
was.
In general, the coding which we do for data science part, for the assignments for machine learning courses, that is way different from what we see in our tests. In tests, they ask data structures and algorithm, and in general, in assignments, we don't need that much knowledge about data structures and the algorithms. So it can be assumed that you have specifically studied data structures for the test, uh, not only what you have studied during your courses for data science or machine learning. So how was your route path for data structures, competitive coding for especially placements? From where did you study?
So basically, I came to know about that we have to study coding also, like data structure algorithm, very late, like compared to, means it was just 5 months from the placement. So
Okay,
then I thought like it is very important to learn coding also. So after talking to
okay,
seniors, they also said me that it is important to learn coding, the data structures, basic data structures at least. So after that, I started learning about this DSA from some of the YouTube channels. I also started learning from Coursera. I took one course on Coursera, and I got some basic instincts about what DSA
okay,
is. And the only thing that means learning
okay,
is not enough. You have to practice that thing also. So after that, I started practicing on
mhm,
HackerRank. That is one platform. And yeah, basically I used
mhm,
HackerRank only for
okay,
practicing. So interview practice
mhm,
questions are there on HackerRank. So yeah, that's what I did.
right. Which is this course on Coursera? Like
That
name of
is
that
data
course?
structure and algorithm, the same name. I guess by
Okay,
Stanford it was that. I took some two or three, but did only one.
okay.
So
Data structures and algorithm by Stanford.
by Stanford University.
And YouTube channel specifically, if you want to mention something.
Uh, I don't remember exactly the name.
It's like if a topic you wanted to read, you would like you search that topic in YouTube and
Yeah,
used
exactly.
to.
Yeah, and
Okay.
even if we see for gigs, now if some questions are there, we can see on gigs for gigs, and in gigs for the gigs, there are some links also given where they
Hmm.
put a YouTube video where they explain the whole problem.
Okay.
So that is
Great.
also a nice source.
At the end of every article, there is a video.
Yeah.
So, so Janil, in general, mechanical students have this doubt, like, should we go for software role? Like, will we have future? Will it be safe for a mechanical guy to switch to software? What are your views on this? Like, are you happy with your job? In general, how do you see your job?
Right. Software, actually, after learning coding, I think that software is the role that I would like on the first preference compared to core.
Mhm.
So that is one thing. And so as
Uh,
I told you, like Honeywell, Jeff, there are along with the main role of software, there are multiple sub roles also there. So it is not like that you are completely
mhm.
focused on proper software thing. You are doing something, and software is a kind of wrapping on that. So you should know that thing, and also the other crux part also for whatever job role you will be provided after a training over there, right? So
Okay.
it is not like that we are going into pure software kind of thing, and it will be easy to switch. So basically, you are using your core knowledge also, something about software
Mhm.
also, and that is how the role goes.
Okay. Nice. Then coming to your interview part, which all interviews did you give?
Right. So on the first, if we talk about the day one, I was in waiting list for Morgan Stanley. So that didn't the
Mhm.
shortlist only didn't cleared out. So that was no interview. Then I didn't had any interview on day two.
Morgan Stanley. Can we
Yeah,
talk a bit about it? Like,
yeah, sure.
you were only guy from mechanical, or I don't know about whole MTech, but from whole mechanical, you were only one.
Yeah,
Like, how was it test and how could you clear that?
yeah. So the Morgan Stanley test was actually very unique. Like I gave so much of test, like plenty of tests, but this test was actually it was refreshing actually compared rather than exhausting.
Okay, okay.
So the test was like initially there were some aptitude questions, normal like logical ability, some related to DI, LR, and after
Mm,
that the interesting part was so if someone knows about IELTS, so in that we have listening and this speaking test are there in IELTS. So similarly
mhm,
here in Morgan Stanley also there was a test of comprising of I guess 30 questions. So that were completely based on this thing only. Like there was one statement given, we have to just speak that statement. So basically they were actually checking your accent and how easily you can read a sentence maybe. Then there was other
okay,
part in the test where they were speaking something and we have to repeat the same thing. So they were checking your
okay,
listening capabilities, and at the
okay.
same time they were also checking your accent. And there was one part where there was a conversation between two guys. You have to listen to the
Mhm,
conversation and you have to note down at the same time. And after that, there were
okay,
around five questions following that, and you have to, from that conversation you have to answer that questions. So they are
mhm,
checking how you are able to interpret the language or how you are able to interpret the conversation. And at
mhm,
last, there was one question where they gave just one word and they gave around 45 seconds. We have to write some points and you have to speak for that particular topic for 1 minute. So that was
okay,
the last question. So this was very interesting and it was actually refreshing. Right. And
okay.
after this part, there was a finance part where that was not actually very good for me because I
Mhm,
necessarily don't know about much about finance. But yeah, I used to see something about finance. My brother is CA, so I used to talk with him, and
okay,
like
nice.
so due to that, I was able to answer some of the questions.
Okay, what was this role actually? They asked so much.
Yeah. The role was about sales and trading profile in
Mhm,
here Mumbai only.
okay, nice.
Right. So yeah, so that was about day one.
Mhm.
Then day two, I
Did
didn't
you
had
give
any.
its interview?
No, no, no. I was in waitlist, and the
Okay.
shortlist only like they didn't call
Yeah,
for
in day one
waitlist.
it is very difficult to
Yeah,
get,
exactly.
like, then
So
next.
on day two there was no interview. There was no interview.
Mhm,
On day three, slot one, I had interview of Micron data science profile for
mhm,
Hyderabad, and in slot
mhm.
two, I had Honeywell, ANZ Bank, and Mercedes. Yeah.
Okay, right.
So
How did your interview go? Like, would you like to? You gave all these interviews: Micron, ANZ, Mercedes, and
yeah, and Honeywell. Yeah,
Honeywell. Can
all
you
four.
brief about what each of these companies were expecting?
Sure. So starting with Micron.
Finally, let's end this conversation with what how your Honeywell interview went.
Sure.
Uh,
Okay, so starting with Micron, the Micron profile was data science.
mhm,
So that that interview was very kind of it was not feeling like interview. Uh,
mhm,
Maybe I don't know what was the reason, but yeah. So basically there were two interviews, and they used to paste some topics in the chat box, and they told me that select some three topics from data science only. Different algorithms were there. Yeah,
okay,
so basically that was that. So I need to select some three topics, and then they used to paste some question related to that topic again in the chat box, which were MCQs, and I have to answer them and then give some proper reason. So that how that interview went. After that, coming to ANZ Bank. So ANZ Bank,
mhm,
the whole interview was really very nice. Like the whole experience was very nice. There
mhm,
were the JAF that they selected me was Kubernetes and some cloud computing, and I don't know anything about that thing. But they said
okay,
that you did not know, like it is not needed that you should know something, or maybe you should not know anything. That is what they wanted, and they
mhm,
only will teach everything whatever they wanted. And the whole
okay,
interview was kind of actually conversation only. So he was asking
mhm,
some questions about my journey, how I came from my BTech to MTech journey, then from my school to BTech journey. And yeah, ANZ
Okay.
Bank took one exam related to psychometry,
Okay.
if you
Yes,
remember that.
yes.
So
Yeah,
in
I
that
remember.
question, in that exam, they actually tested upon some of the psychological abilities of a person. And I guess that in
Hmm.
interview, they were cross-checking the same thing, whether it is correct or
Okay.
not.
Okay.
So they were asking some questions related to that, and maybe they were cross-checking it. And the whole 1.5 hour was actually very good. The interview went very well, and I got also
There was only
select.
one round, and that was of 1.5 hour.
Yeah, just one round and 1.5 hour. And I also
Okay.
got selected for ANZ Bank along with
Yeah.
Honeywell
To
at the
our
same time.
audience, he was also selected for ANZ Bank and Honeywell. His first preference was Honeywell. That's why he took that.
Then coming to Mercedes. So Mercedes, the whole interview, the first technical round, uh, it was very technical, like very technical, because the role that they provided was research role, and they
Mm-hmm.
wanted you to be very strong in mathematics first, and
Mm-hmm.
you should be very clear about all the algorithms, what is the process going behind, and what, yeah, exactly, what is the process going behind and how that algorithm works. So they
Mm-hmm.
wanted everything to be very clear. That interview was also 1.5 hour for me, and they asked
Okay.
me about each and everything about my all the projects going to the, yeah. So in one particular project I use CNN. So they asked me what was the structure of that CNN, the network, like what were the layers, which layers did you use, why you use that layers,
Mm-hmm.
what was the reason behind using
Okay.
that particular layer, and what if you had not used that particular layer. So this is what, like, in
Okay.
literally like so much of technical knowledge they were testing. Then if we
Okay.
come to maths, they were asking about how you can physically interpret mathematical things. So what they asked me was, yeah, how you can physically interpret eigenvectors and eigenvalue. So
Okay.
this
Yeah.
was a really interesting question, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah, actually, then they came to some NLP because my whole profile was in NLP, natural language
Mm-hmm.
processing, and there's multiple
Mm-hmm.
questions in NLP, and I was able to answer most of them, most of that.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm. Okay. And like even Mercedes interview went well for you.
yeah, but they selected two guys, and that were from computer vision. Like they said me that they don't have any requirement for me.
NLP. Okay.
So that
Nice.
was the thing. And
Then
then
now,
Honeywell.
yeah, yeah.
So
Now coming
Honeywell
to your.
basically, yeah, Honeywell basically had two rounds. First one is a technical round, and the second one HR round. So in technical round, they, as I earlier said, that they started with data structure and algorithm things. They asked me some of the basic concept about arrays. So they asked the difference among array list and tuples. Then they gave some problem, and they asked me like whether you will use tuple, array, or list, and if you are using
Mhm.
some particular data structure, then why that and why not the others. Then
Okay.
so as I said now, that I used to connect it with to my projects. So there
Uh,
was one project of me where I coded the stochastic gradient descent, batch gradient descent, and mini batch gradient descent from scratch in Python.
mhm.
So
Okay.
obviously when you are coding from scratch, so you have to use some of the data structure to represent the data. So at
Yeah.
that time I used NumPy array in that thing. So I connected
Mhm.
with that. So I told them that I use NumPy array. So they asked me why NumPy array, and if not NumPy array, then what else you could use? Why not
Mhm.
tuple? So these were
Mhm.
some of the basic questions. After that, they went through my resume and they asked me about my data science project. And again, just like Mercedes, here also they went in quite depth for checking the technical knowledge about, means if you know, then they like go to the depth of the knowledge to check you.
Mhm.
But if you don't know, then what they asked was what will be your way of thinking. They will check your way of thinking to deal with that problem. So I will
Okay.
give you an example over here. They asked me about big data. So they said that what if you have 100 GB or even more, or say suppose 1 TB of images, and you have to process that images. So how you will do that?
Uh,
I don't know exactly about the Hadoop system and that framework. So they told me, they asked me that if you are the beginner in this field, then what will be your thought process, like how you will do. So I just said that I will divide the whole data into certain
Okay.
bunches or packets and send it to different systems to do the processing. So that is basically how to
Okay.
file distributed system that I came to know after interview. So basically they were
Okay.
checking like how you
Nice.
can think. So
Mhm.
if your direction of thinking is good, then yeah, so they will be happy.
Oh,
So this was the first round, technical round. Second
first
round was
technical.
HR round. So
Yeah.
that was also kind of uh, very like the experience was very good. They asked me the common HR questions like what are your strengths and weaknesses.
Mhm.
Then they asked me about the biggest failure in my life. Then they asked me about
Okay.
if is there any situation where you are in very dilemmatic situation and you have to choose any one path, then which path you choose, and did you lead to what you were thinking or not. Then
They ask you an example, real life experience.
yeah,
They
real
ask.
life experience like where you have to think like you have two paths and you can only choose one path, and
Okay.
you chose that path thinking something and whether you are able to achieve that or not. So
Did you? We do prepare for strength, weaknesses, and all, but this
yeah,
particular question, were you already prepared for this?
not really.
Like, how do you, in general, make this strategy to deal with questions which you are not prepared?
Right. So actually, not actually a strategy, but maybe I even sometimes HR questions are so tricky that you are not able to think also. But maybe that day they asked me some questions and I was able to answer on the spot. So
Okay.
right.
You might have had this conversation with yourself before, so you could
Yeah, maybe
answer
means
this.
sometimes I had means I was preparing. I have a note also where I had written
Hmm.
some of the HR questions and along with the answers. So maybe from
Okay.
that part only I scraped this
Hmm.
answer. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, in general, I too observed that questions, HR questions might look different, but their questions lies in some basic questions which we do prepare.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah,
Okay. Um, Janil, you were also CC and you also went through these placements and were successful as well. So, would you like to suggest something to your juniors who are watching this?
sure. So CC post like company coordinator post at institute placement team is a very crucial post, and it is very important that there are at least what I believe is there are at least two or three, not two, at least three CCs from our department from mechanical,
Hmm.
because CCs are the one who tries to open those companies who are not open for our department. It is very
Hmm.
important to open such companies. If the CC is not from our department, then he like the other CCs won't put too much effort in the department which they don't belong to. So it is very important that there are some CCs from our department, at least three.
Anything in general, like uh, regarding pressure and regarding strategies, when to start coding, such things, would you like to have?
So talking about preparation strategy, I guess that
Hmm.
you should start coding at least 7 to 8 months prior to our phase one, because I started it very late and due to which I faced many rejections in some of the tests.
Hmm.
So yeah, at least 7 or 8 months before the before phase one. So that is a good time
Okay.
by that to
Hmm.
start the coding, and rest aptitude is fine. Like just 1 month is good for aptitude. And yeah,
Okay.
then if after learning coding, don't leave it, practice it.
Hmm.
Like some of the platforms are there, Gigs for Gigs, HackerRank. So practice coding and
Nice.
don't leave that. And same thing applies to aptitude also.
Many of the uh, many of the companies only asked uh, aptitude and statistics for part for the data science role.
Yes.
From where did you prepare the statistics as well as such?
For statistics, I prepared it from Analytics Vidya only. So there are
Okay.
multiple links from Analytics Vidya where they provided 40 questions on statistics, 20 questions on
Mhm.
statistics. So they were the questions
Okay.
I prepared. So they were more than enough, I guess. And
Mhm.
along with that, if you try to uh, like revise your notes of statistics if anytime you had that subject in previous year or somewhere, or even GATE also we had some basic statistics. So that notes are also enough for statistics. Yeah.
Okay. Like you did Vinay Kulkarni sir's
Yeah.
course, Engineering Data Mining and Application,
Right.
and sir has taught very well and in proper sequence.
Right.
Did that help you? Did those PPTs you revised before your test?
Definitely, that helped me a very lot, and the PPT were so well managed that I used to get some of the topics. Some were clear from the PPT, and for some I had to look some YouTube video or maybe surf on internet, and yeah, that helped me a very lot.
Yeah, but at least you would like to say that we will get the names of the topic which we have to cover before sitting for.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay. Like if you have those PPTs, we can share with our viewers using the link
Sure,
in description box.
sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So thank you so much, Janil, for your insightful thought. Yeah. To our audience, if you would like to connect to Janil, you can connect him using the links given in the description box. That's it. Yeah. So, thank you, Janil.